think we're live here. So for those of you that are on, can you hear me okay? Thanks, monkey. It's quite the delay from when I say something and then I actually see it on Twitch chat. Alright, so like I mentioned, for those of you that saw on Reddit, I mentioned before, audio is probably going to suck. There's nothing I can do to make it any better than it is except get closer to the mic. So if you guys are having mic problems, just mention it in chat. I'll try to keep an eye out on it and improve things where I can. I'm using what little sunlight I have to actually make this stream somewhat visible. It's rain, or it looks like it's about to rain outside, so I don't know how much sunlight I have left, but we'll do what we can. So we're about 10 seconds out from officially starting. I have no idea what else I have left to do. I think I'm good to go, but that remains to be seen. Alright, one quick check around here before I get started. Alright, so that's probably going to be everybody. I don't imagine there being too much more people joining this live stream for obvious reasons. This is very a niche kind of field that we're in. But anyway, I think I've got everything I have for today in front of me, and also the servers are over there. Bananas for scale. These should be the CPUs. I haven't opened it yet, which you guys are lucky because normally when I get packages, I just rip them right open and go to town or whatever's on the inside. I got my cotton balls for removing the thermal paste. And then the SSDs that we will be installing later today. These are 480 gigabytes each. Haven't decided quite exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to wing that part, which should be fun. And just a reminder, this is totally unscripted. So there's going to be a lot of mistakes and a lot of misinformation and who knows what else. I doubt the shenanigans are going to be worthwhile or even funny for that matter. But yeah, so no R710s, these are Quanta servers, and there's going to be a lot of shaky cam, actually before I forget, so I will be showing that off here in a minute. So I guess let's take a look at the office, or whatever you want to call this. As you see here, this is quite literally where I do all my YouTube videos. This table I actually steal from the kitchen, and I don't know if my wife cares that I take it. She doesn't seem to mind as long as I put it back and it's clean. But I borrow the kitchen table, or actually breakfast table, and I basically use it for all my junk and also for the YouTube videos if I'm showing stuff off, as you may have seen in previous videos that I've done. So I'm going to swivel the camera around and show you, I guess, where I do all the gaming. Shaky cam. Ah, can you even see that? All right, so here is where I will do gaming and obviously accessing the workstations. I'm sorry, the servers remotely. I use my laptop mainly for that part because you can use parallels to RDP into the Windows server. Since it's OS X, you can SSH into Unraid, which is down here somewhere. You can't even see that. I don't even know why I'm pointing. But this is where all my magic happens on a day-to-day basis. This is I guess a standing desk. It's actually not even a standing desk. It's more like one of those mechanic work tables, and it just raises and lowers. I got it for really cheap off of Home Depot, which is like a huge department store here in the United States. What else? Yeah, I don't know. Yes, I am on Twitch, and that is Diva. So, good call out there, buddy. I don't even know how to say your name. I feel bad. All right, now to the good stuff, the stuff that we're all actually here to see. And shaky cam warning. So this is the server rack. It's typically in this closet. I pulled it out because I will be working on it and I need access to it. And having the camera kind of follow me around makes things a little difficult. But we'll start from the top. This is the modem that of course gives us a connection to the interwebs. I have a Netgear switch. It's a dumb switch. It's totally unmanaged. The reason why I have this is because, well, I'm not a networking guy and I just want things to work. Shame on me for sure. I will probably get a ubiquity switch in the future, but we'll see where that goes. Of course, here's the Cyber Power rack mount UPS. It's an OR700, I believe. This provides power to all the networking equipment. There's a router back here you can't see, but this gives all the power to that. Supposedly has about 70 minutes of runtime, which is good. The first server we have here is from Quanta. I picked this off of eBay a while ago. Another user whose name I can't recall recommended it when he bought it off eBay on our Homelab subreddit, of course. So I bought two because they're about $200 each. The top one here is my Windows Server 2012 R2. Not really much to say about it, except that's where all the shenanigans happen with virtual machines and whatever else I want to break or do. I leave it on pretty much 24/7 because I do run some servers like for Space Engineers and Minecraft and Starbound for my wife and her friends. And there's a couple other things I do like Bitcoin nodes and such. The server here, this is my Unraid server. This one is on pretty much 24/7. It hosts Plex. It is my backup for OS X and my phone. What is that called? Time Machine? It's my file server, so all the videos I make are archived down here. Yeah, I'm not sure what else. Let's see what you guys are saying. If you guys have any questions. Yes, Tig Attack, you are a celebrity now. Yeah, so anyway, I'll be right back. Alright, so I guess we'll continue on. I don't see any major questions except for Tiga's celebrity question. So yes, this is a Corsair Air 240. This is the gaming computer that I've called the Truncator. We're not going to get any specifics about that because we're not here to observe the Truncator. And if you are curious, there are videos on YouTube, blah, 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 blah. Moving on, we have two CyberPower 1500 PFC LCDs. Both these servers have redundant power, so one of the power plugs or cords is plugged into either one of these. I'm not sure what kind of uptime I get. I did a video on it forever ago, but I kind of forgot. But you can see, they're using about 261 watts or 234 watts of power at any given time. It's actually kind of high right now. I'm not really sure what's going on with the servers. We could cycle through here. Doesn't seem like there's any, I guess, relevant or good information aside from the potential uptime they have. You can see 25 minutes of uptime on this one. And about 24, so almost the same. I think the truncator is actually plugged into one of these two. Sorry, my dog is trying to play right now. Yes, hello. Hey. So that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and bring the camera back over there, prepare for shaky cam, so we can continue to discuss what we're gonna do for today. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen, so Monkey, I have seen that AVR, the one that you mentioned, the 13 whatever, on Amazon before. I didn't buy it, I don't remember why. I just ended up getting those CyberPower ones just because they were like on sale, I think for maybe $89 or $120, whatever it was at the time. They're pretty cheap and I like them. I have a friend who actually has the AVR version. As far as I can tell, there's no difference in terms of performance and whatnot. But all in all, a good price. Okay, so we're going to start by getting these installed. I have like a bunch of junk just laying around. So the problem with these Quanta servers, and something that you probably missed on Reddit or was not mentioned, is that they don't come with screws on the sleds, which is pretty common. Which is common when you purchase things off eBay, as we probably all know. So I have various screws here that I borrowed from another source, and if I remember correctly, when you actually mount these things to the sled, the screws stick out too far, so they don't slide back in. So I guess I'm going to try a couple different screws out real quick and see which one works the best. Shoot, I don't even know what you guys want to see. Yeah, borrowed. Definitely borrowed. I'll give them back if I don't need them. And if I do need them, I don't know what I'll do. I guess maybe not say anything. I don't know. Nobody knows I'm doing this except for you guys, as far as I know. Alright, so, wow, these are actually not even the right screws at all. So good job, me. Way to fail already. This is the part I warned you about. So, like, my misinformation, it's going to be all over the place. Or try to warn you about. Can't even get the right head for the screwdriver. There we go, that one fits. So this one already looks too tall. I don't know if you guys even want to care to see. Just let me know if you do want to see me try and massacre this. This isn't even the right screw. Okay, so that's a no-go. Try another one. So this one fits, but I think it's already too tall. So let's see what happens. Should I move the camera again over there? Not really sure what I should do. Anybody? Yeah, I guess I will. So this is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be doing this a lot. And it's going to be probably annoying for you guys, not so annoying for me, because when I make videos on YouTube, I basically do this all the time. The screws are probably available at Lowe's, Home Depot, or other places. I actually haven't gone to look because I'm a little bit lazy and traffic sucks. There we go. So I'm not sure. So this doesn't slide in already. I don't even know what kind of screws you would use for this. It's pretty flush, but I don't even know if you could tell. It's pretty flush, but at the same time they just poke up too high, and there's these little L-shaped brackets that prevent the screws from actually sliding down there, or the sled sliding down there, and I can't side mount them because there's no side options. All the holes are here. So I don't even know how to get this in here beyond using tape like I did in one of my other videos. I guess I could force it, but I don't really want to break it. Yeah, that's not good. I'm not going to do that. So we'll unmount this from the sled real quick, and we're going to do some ghetto hacks like I sort of promised. So, I don't know. I guess I could bevel the heads. I'd really hate to do that, though. I really wish, I guess the eBay guy had the screws for these, or the proper ones. But, so, man, I don't even know where to put these. Screw it, I'll just put them in line here. So, we'll slide this in, and so this isn't actually going to work. Or, well, I guess it'll sort of work. Let's shove that in there. And I think I got it. I'm seeing a little blinky light in the back on the back plane that says it has a connection. So that one's good. If I ever move this and that thing slides out, I'm totally losing all the data. I can already tell. So I don't know if this is actually a good idea for VMs or not. But I don't really move this thing very often. Whatever. Alright, let's see if we can do the same for this one. I don't even know how the heck I'm going to do this. It's too thick. I can't remove this because it's currently active. Yes, I have to use this one. Okay, that's not going to work. That's totally not going to work. Maybe if I can slide it in from the bottom. All the cringe. Oh wait, but then I won't be able to get the one on the bottom. I'm an idiot. Alright, whatever, screw it. We'll just put it in a different slot. And none of the lights will match, and it's going to bother me. But luckily it's in a different room, so I guess it won't kill me. Wow, these things are dusty. I have to get a vacuum cleaner up in here. Alright, so we'll just do this for both. Alright. Yeah, so this backplane, I don't have an HBA card or anything like that. So I am just doing just a bunch of discs. I think I have a... wow, this thing is really dusty. I'm sorry. So I believe these... No, I have no idea. There's some SSDs on the rear side of this server that are in a RAID 1, and that's for the actual operating system. Everything up front is hot swappable storage. So So this is kind of the shitty part. I really wanted to show you guys my screen so you could see what I was doing, but I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that now. I guess we could try OBS if you bear with me for a moment. We'll just move this way. So I'll try and answer your questions about what's going on here in the meantime while I try and figure this out. Put them inside the chassis. So, yeah. So what's funny about mounting those 2.5 inch drive bays into a 3.5, I actually have it's like little sleds. What are they called? I think they're actually heat sinks for hard drives. I have those, and I'm not using them. So I don't know what that says about me, but I think it's interesting nonetheless. About rivets, I don't know what you want from me, man. I have no idea. I guess I could do that. Oh, they do make screws like that. Oh, well, I'll have to look into that because I didn't know they existed. Sorry, now I'm having a mental fart because I forgot what I was going to do. Yes. Did I uninstall it? I think I did uninstall OBS. Alright, so we'll just do some... Yeah, I'm not really good with the whole joke thing. You'll learn that. So I'm going to have to do something really ghetto. You guys will just have to see my stupid screen the worst kind of way. I doubt it's going to even be, like, good quality, so you probably won't even be able to see what I'm doing. As you can tell, I'm not very prepared for this. This is my first time, so you'll have to give me a break, if you don't mind. Is that high enough? Can you guys see? And all the guys on... by the way, this is Discord that we have for our subreddit. So I don't know if you guys even know about that or if you're on it. You can say hi to yourselves, which would be kind of cool. I have no idea what I'm building. I'm just kind of doing things because that's just what I do. Yeah. I am using CyberPower UPS ups for power. They run off 120 volts, which is, I guess, the standard here in the United States. I can't even type my password in. So normally I would actually use... whoa, Jesus. It's not what I want to do. Go away. Oh, whatever. I'm closing. So normally I would use my laptop to do this remote desktop session, just because it makes things, I guess, a little easier in the long run. You guys didn't see that. That's totally not a thing. But whatever. My gaming computer's already on. Might as well use it. So I guess let's just do a quick rundown of what's going on here. Man, that is some shit quality. I am so sorry. Yeah, that's not much better either. Sorry, I had to wait for the camera to catch up so I could see what's going on, because like you guys, it's hard to tell with the camera. I don't think it's going to get any better. So I'm actually using Windows Server 2012 R2 Hyper-V. Yeah, I don't really. I could try ESXi and some of those other ones, but I don't really know why. I have a 2012 R2 data center license, so that's what I'm using. Actually, I do know why I'm doing this now, because I recently just became a Windows administrator. I used to be a Linux admin, but now that I'm a Windows admin, I figure I might as well use all the Windows tools. And so far, it's been okay. I'm really missing Linux. Maybe it's just a familiarity thing, but whatever. Yes, Hyper-V. Alright, so this is the actual server itself. I'm RDP'd into it. As you can tell, we got Diva from Overwatch back there. Currently I only have 4 virtual machines running. I did a video a little while ago where I was running maybe like 4 or 5 Bitcoin full nodes, but they would just get corrupted all the time, and I would just have ridiculous amounts of problems with them. So I'm getting away from that. And just trying to do something a little bit more stable. So I'm running a Minecraft server, there's a Rust server, Space Engineer server, and Starbound. Actually this one's not even running. So the game plan here is Space Engineers runs terribly. It is really the application's fault because it is single-threaded. But even when I log into these virtual machines, I mean, their performance is just crap. It takes forever to log into them. Everything is slow, and actually, I guess Space Engineers is behaving kind of good today because it's not even using all of the, like, one core of the CPU. But really, I'm kind of doing this whole thing because I love playing Space Engineers. It's awesome. And I can't play on a server with my friends because it just runs terribly. So we're gonna export this virtual machine onto one of the SSDs, and hopefully that will alleviate some of our problems here. But before we do that, I do want to just show you guys what I'm talking about when I say that it takes forever to boot and do things with the hypervisor. What kind of SSDs did you buy out of curiosity? Are they PCIe SSDs from Intel, or are they just like regular SATA SSDs? Alright, so I'm going to start this up. Sorry, I'm reading your comments on Twitch. Your primary ESXi data store is a RAID 5 array, a 4-penny. So how are those penny SSDs? Because I've always wanted to buy them because you can find them at really great prices, but I've always been a little bit skeptical towards their brand. They make pretty good graphics cards, at least they did in the past, but I've never done it. Hey, it doesn't matter. I guess it really doesn't matter who I'm addressing. I can't say Acquia. I don't know. You gotta forgive me. I can't read very well. So, if your name is slightly complex, I probably won't say it correctly, and I apologize for that. Yeah, so a penny SSD for a boot drive actually makes a lot of sense, and I was going to do that originally, but for my gaming computer, I did the whole truncator thing where it was supposed to be balls to the wall, and that's why I ended up going with the 730s, which have held up pretty well, but after a recent upgrade, they're a lot slower than I thought they would be. Anyway, so back on topic. So I'm going to start this virtual machine up. I should probably time it. I'm counting in my head how many seconds this takes. And you guys probably should count for me because I'm going to forget here soon. I will call you Mike from this point forward. This is taking a long time. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but would you guys agree that this is taking abnormally long time? It's already been a minute. So everything just takes too long. Like even clicking it, the performance sucks from here. And even if I were to RDP into this, the same performance would exist. By the way, so I know a lot of times people don't recommend connecting to virtual machines from the Hyper-V manager, but it's still taking too long, which is kind of the problem that I'm seeing. I don't remember the password for this, so give me 1 second. Also, I suck at typing passwords in. I think I got it. So we're almost at 2 minutes. I started at 127. It is 129. Still not logged in. Yeah, I may have taken a little break there, but yeah, reasons. So let me pull this up. In case you guys were curious, I kind of forgot to mention this. The processors that are currently on the server are 2670 V1s, or I guess zeros. I'm not really even sure what they are. But anyway, they're 2670, so these are actually pretty nice processors. They run at 2.6 gigahertz. I think they turbo boost or whatever it's called for the Xeons to 2.59 or 2.6, something of that nature. So I'm still not ready to go. Applications are not launched on this server yet. So we'll say maybe it took like 3 minutes to do. That's a pretty long time. I distinctly remember my Windows XP, 64-bit Intel Pentium 4 or whatever the hell it was. I distinctly remember the XP booting in about 30 seconds. So this is kind of ridiculous, in my opinion. Let's see. All right, so we'll say 2 minutes and 30 seconds because I didn't actually count. I'm just kind of guesstimating here. But that looks good. So I'm going to shut this thing back down, and we will export it, get it on an SSD, and then test it again, see what happens. Now, I will say the one thing I like about Windows is initializing a disk is incredibly easy. Compared to my Linux days. And maybe that's just the version of Linux I was using. Yes, we don't want to do data. Yeah, okay. I'm not trying to bring this in. So, online. Initialize. Oh, is this thing going to come up as a RAID on its own? Is Windows that smart? There's no way Windows is that smart. Alright, we're going to see what happens. Yeah, of course. Duh. Just bring it online. Just do it. So this is my old. So that's weird. So it actually says that I have almost a terabyte of space on this disk right here, which is not accurate. So I think Windows is actually reading the RAID information that was available or that was created by the gaming computer. So that's actually pretty interesting. I've never seen that before. So I'm gonna create a new simple volume. Hopefully it breaks this or whatever. I don't know. W. So we'll say this will be my virtual machine SSD. I don't know what to call this stuff. I'm really bad with this whole naming convention. And then this one, which I can't even initialize. Awesome. So that one's not initializing, which isn't a problem. I think we can do this through disk part on Windows. Let's see here, disk part. You guys can't even read this. I apologize. I wish I could make this better for you somehow. So list disk. Man, I haven't done this in forever. So we need disk 6. Select disk 6. Yes. Okay, here we go. How the hell do you do this? Convert, clean. Yeah, clear the configuration. What I would do to clean? Clean. Thank you. So clean disk 6? Or just clean? Oh, that was easy. Let's see if it actually did anything. List volume? List vol? I don't see it. That doesn't seem right. It says it cleaned, but I don't think it did anything. Alright, well, you guys say it just clean and it should work, whatever. I'm going to restart this because Windows sucks. Okay, so data recycler. That's fine. It complained the first time. Yeah, it's still seeing that it's a RAID. Huh. Yeah, well, it's not initialized, so you are correct there. Rescan my disks. Rescan. Please wait. That's actually pretty quick. My experience with disk part is very limited, and the 1 or 2 things I did with it were very poor and slow. So I'm surprised this is going so well. You know, I probably did clean the wrong disk. I have disk 6 selected, which should be the partition that I need to clean. I'm going to select it again and clean it again. Oh, here we go. May not be up to date. This part has preferenced on an object which is not up to date. Refresh the object by using the rescan command. Okay, so I think I did something out of order here. So I rescanned it, listing my disks. Oops. Ah, it's gone. So that explains why I couldn't clean it. So do I need to initialize it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I've got nothing to lose. Everything's backed up on the Unraid server. So if this computer were to die tomorrow, I would literally not lose any sleep over it. Okay, it's not popping back up. Anyway, we don't need the other disk. Actually, yeah, we don't need the other disk. I'm going to ignore this for now so we can move on. I'm going to export. I almost said escort. To here. We're gonna create a new folder in here called I don't know, Space Engineers. And I'm gonna select this folder to export it to. I have no idea how long this is gonna take. This is my first export. Or second. I think this is my second export. But always on a platter drive. Yeah, Hyper Manager is, or Hyper-V Manager is a little strange, but it's not bad. I think I'm just learning to like it just because of my job, or I don't know what the problem is, but it's not too bad. Like, the features kind of suck, and also nothing's intuitive. And then GPU pass-through is like a pain in the rear for no reason. So like, they give you the option for remote FX or GPU pass-through, but then they're like, oh, you have to go install other features. It's like, why don't you just install the features with my Hyper-V manager? Like, why do I have to do more work? Yeah, so I've never used VMware. The only experience I have with virtualization's on Red Hat's KVM. So that's where I'm coming from. This is actually, I've been using Hyper-V Manager, I guess, maybe for about a year, kind of on my own and not in a real enterprise environment until maybe March of this year. And there we have like, my Hyper-V Manager has like 20 servers that I have to like manage or do things with, and it's pretty messy, and exporting and creating checkpoints, all that stuff is nice. Or I shouldn't say exporting. Creating checkpoints is really nice. Saving VMs is pretty nice, but there's tons of problems. Like if I were to export this virtual machine, for instance, and it were to have a DVD drive attached to it, and I go to like load up that virtual machine, well now suddenly that new virtual machine's broken because the DVD drive's still attached. It's like, come on, Windows, just unmount all this stuff. So you're using you're using Zen Server as your hypervisor for your gaming PC? And that question's to Alsta? Okay, so you successfully got like GPU pass-through and all that done? Okay. Alright, so that's going to take its sweet time. What can we do in the meantime? I guess we could open my package. Not my pants package, but the CPUs or whatever. So I'm just going to swivel this around. That looks good enough. So this package, not this package, for the record. Now let me clean up my screws real quick. The ones that I borrowed from an undisclosed source. Oh, I left some over there on the floor. Bring this over here with me too, so I can see what you guys are saying. Yes, bananas are for scale. Like, to compare how tall I am with a banana. So I'm like, I don't know, like maybe 8 bananas in height. Baby. So you have to tell me what. Oh wait, never mind. I'm an idiot. I can read. Zen server. So when you say you don't like the performance of, or Mitch, when you say you don't like the performance of Zen server, like what are you talking about exactly? Like boot times, just overall system performance. Here it is, mic 2? Jesus. There's too many mics. So the reason why I say Mitch, by the way, is because there's a helmet. Actually, let me bust this thing out real quick so I can show you what I mean. Oh god, I'm breaking things. Alright, so this thing is called a Mitch helmet, which is spelled M-I-C-H. Which is, yeah, why I say Mitch and not Mike, I guess. So for reference, that is why I don't speak correctly, because other things in my life ruin everything. That's not intentional, that's just how I speak. And I need something to open this with. So the guy that I bought this thing off eBay with has some pretty fancy tape on here. so I actually have to use a knife. Alright, let me come a little bit closer for this part because I'm too far away. Alright, so here are the new processors. Let's get some better light going on. So, the little packaging it came in, I guess I don't need this. So these are 2690s? 2690s. So these will be the upgrades for 2670s. The reason why I bought these is because the single-threaded performance on some of those servers blows. So this has a better single-threaded performance than the 2670s, and these will be going into there. So pretty good condition for being used. Most of the processors I get off eBay are total crap. Or scratched up beyond belief. Yeah, so that was actually pretty unappealing. Oh, by the way, because I'm upgrading to 2690s, I will not be using the 2670s anymore. So if anyone's interested and you have an LGA 2011 motherboard or sockets, let me know. And if you pay for shipping, I will totally send you the 2670s that I will no longer be using. I heard somebody in here has a 26, whatever. Anyway, just hit me up on Reddit so I can get your information to send you those processors, because I literally have no use for them at this point. So, alright, so it looks like the export's done. These are open, so we will swivel back to Hyper-V, see what's going on. Yes, they are E5 2670. I know you can't see that, but it'd be right here listed on the thing, but the quality is absolute shit. Is that a little better? I can't tell. Alright, so it has successfully exported, so we're going to, how do you do this? Jesus. Import a virtual machine. Yes. Browse. Next. This is actually the one thing I do like about Hyper-V. Like, it's pretty straightforward. I guess we'll restore the virtual machine using its existing unique ID. The unique ID thing really bones you over, like in this case, a lot. Because that is why Hyper-V sucks, is a unique ID thing. Can I just have a new one then? Really? Okay, so we'll delete this then, because that seems to be the problem. Again, not worried about losing anything because it's all backed up already, and I don't really care if I lose anything, because spinning up virtual machines is literally like, it takes like 2 seconds to do. Oops, I went too far. So I guess I do have to store this in a different destination. I don't understand why I can't just use the existing SSD, like it's already there. Another problem I hate about Hyper-V. You'll have like 30 hypervisors or I'm sorry, virtual disks, just chilling on your hard drives. Whoa, I can't spell. Jesus. Alright, so we'll store it there. Virtual machine configuration. Yeah, we're going to stick this all on the SSD itself. I do not want anything elsewhere. This is ridiculous. Like, why can't I just import it and it'd be good to go? Like, I have to use a different directory to store all the same information that already exists. Wow, okay, so failed to create, blah, 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 blah. Okay. That is awesome. So now we'll do it the ghetto way, which is the resilient way. I'll just simply copy the virtual hard disk to, here we go. I'll just straight up copy it to the SSD. And this should work, because I do this all the time, because that seems to be the most reliable way to get virtual machines working. Yes, Windows does hate me. I've learned. I think it has something to do with my Linux background. I'm not quite exactly sure. It is definitely your eyes. This is immaculate 4K coverage, and it is perfect. In the meantime, speaking of eyes, shield your eyes. I'm going to try and do something while we're waiting for this thing. See if I can get you guys a bit better view. Shaky cam! Don't throw up. Don't throw up. I'm sorry. Is that any better at all? I think that's the best I can do. And yes, I have an Apple keyboard because I have an OS X laptop that I use to manage my Windows Server and Windows 10 virtual machines, and also I use it to manage my Unraid server. Yeah, so that's not gonna get any better. All right, I apologize for that. If I didn't have a camera that actually, or that I could like split the screen with or whatever, this would be fine. Yes, I am full of bad decisions. You will learn that. But you know what? They're fun decisions. All the bad things are usually the most fun things. Also, have you noticed that all of the things that are bad for you are usually the best things to do? As in, I can't think of an example. Like driving really fast in your car, illegal, but also really fun. Yes, too much beer is bad for you, but it's also sometimes fun to have too much beer. Bananas, maybe? I don't know. I don't know about bananas. You got me there. I don't know what would possibly lead you to believe that there's beer in here. I mean, yeah. It is sweet tea, by the way. It is not beer. So, joke's on you. Sweet American tea. I don't know what to call that for any of you English folk that might be on. Wow, this is really taking a long time. Tea is not gross. It's got sugar in it. How can it be gross? Sugar. Bubbles? I don't know. Come on. Alright, so suppose we're like 45 seconds away. This is kind of ridiculous. Now, I wanted to start with the processors, but I don't know what would take longer. Oh, these run at 2.9 gigahertz base clock, and I think turbo boost to like 3 point something. So this should be a nice upgrade from 2.3 to 2.59. So this will be good. Well, I would send you 2670s. The old CPU is out of there if you wanted, but again, you have to pay for shipping because I'm poor. Poor now that I bought all this shit. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, I did it again. Alright, so here we go. Import this virtual machine. Third time's the charm. Really? Why do I have to select a folder? Why can't I just select the virtual machine itself? Alright, whatever. So this folder? Yes, this folder. Go. Yes. That is not what I want to do. Alright, we'll try it a different way. New virtual machine. We will call it Space Engineer, or Space Eng server. We will store it in a different location. Jesus Christ. I'm going to have like 400 folders in here by the time I'm done with this. Generation 1. I don't know, how much RAM should I give it? Like 16 gigs. I don't even know how to do the math in my head like that. Whatever. We're going to give it about 16 gigs of RAM. We're going to give it its own NIC because I've got NICs for days. I'm just going to select 4. I totally picked that one at random. Use an existing virtual machine. Yes, this is what I want right here. An existing VM. So you guys already know what's going to happen. I went through this whole process. It's going to import. It's probably going to work, but since I have like 400 folders in here now, I'm going to forget what's what. I'm going to have to delete it all and start all the way over. But I'll do all that off camera. Alright, here we go. So we're going to start this virtual machine up. It took us about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, or 3 minutes, whatever you want to call it last time. We started at exactly 157. Already you can tell it seems to be a little bit faster. Whoa. I think this actually might be updating, so we'll probably have to restart this test. Oh no, it did not. Alright, so it's still 157. Oh, yep, it is totally configuring updates. So, this is interesting. I wonder if we'll beat the time anyway. Still a minute, or still under a minute. Hey, so since you mentioned the move function, I actually had no idea it existed. And what's really funny about that is I recently got my Windows certification, and nowhere in that was it a move function mentioned. So maybe you should teach me, because I do not know. Alright, so we're going to have to redo this test because I feel cheated out of my speed times here with these stupid updates. Because this is how Windows rolls. When you want to do something, there's an update. I kid you not. Like, so, the Windows certificate, this is a Windows 10 MCSA exam, by the way. So it's 2 parts to get the actual certification. There's one exam like configuring Windows devices, and another one administering Windows 10 or something like that. I absolutely do not recall at all anything in the Hyper-V Manager about move. I saw export. We didn't actually do any exporting. All we did was create a virtual machine, and that was it. So that was all I had to do for the exam. It was incredibly... Well, the exam wasn't incredibly easy because I'm not a Windows person, but the Hyper-V part of the exam was very easy because it was like, just create a virtual machine. Yeah, so the 2016 probably goes into more details about it, but at the same time, they did mention it in the Windows 10 cert, or part of this exam. All right, so I'm going to shut this thing back down. And we're going to retest it real quick because these updates are killing me. I need to clean this screen. Jesus. You guys can't see all the spit on here, but I can. Well, shutting down seems to be taking a lot longer than the old one. So there's something to be said about that. And this isn't a scientific test, by the way. So, you know, you smart people out there are probably already calling BS on all this stuff. But whatever. All right, here we go. So we'll wait for it to switch to 201, which should be coming up in now. Oh, God. There we go. Okay, 201-ish. I've been pinged in Discord. What did I do? Did I make someone mad? Probably made somebody mad. Pinged. Oh! Nice. Damn it, I ruined my test by going to Discord. You guys distracted me. I think we're still gonna beat it. Like we're still haven't even hit the, there we go. Okay, so that was 1 full minute, but that's really not my fault. Okay, so I think I'm pretty sure that's definitive. Not based off the hard facts here, but applications are already loading. You can't see them because in the bottom right corner of the VM. But stuff is popping up. Things are getting updated. This is actually usable to an extent. Yeah, this is actually usable. So before, I wouldn't even be able to do this. So I probably don't even need the CPUs anymore. All right, well I don't know. That was pretty good. So we went down from 3 minutes or 2 minutes 30 seconds, 3 minutes, whatever you want to call that, to maybe just over a minute with distractions, I might add. So thank you for that, Pack. I'm blaming Pack for this one. I didn't even spell note correctly. Oh, that's nice. Well, that makes things easy. Pack, you're getting all the blames. And instead of calling you Packet, I'm just gonna call you Pack because that's how mad I am. What? Oh, OneDrive. I don't even use OneDrive. What is all this? Oh, by the way, this is actually a legit copy of Windows 10 Pro. So as you can see here, it doesn't say activate Windows. So I'm not disobeying any of the rules on Discord or our subreddit. So +1 maybe. Alright, well, I'm going to say this is pretty conclusive as far as performance goes on a platter drive. So the platter drives are 1 terabyte Western Digital black drives. So I think those run at 7,500 RPMs, if that even matters. And that's probably why that the VMs are so slow. This is much better. So I'm going to migrate all the rest of these later and create new ones later. So on to the last and final part. We're going to crack open the server and we are going to install those CPUs. And I'm probably going to burn the shit out of myself because those things are so hot. I'm pretty sure you're just trying to troll me now, Mike. The other Mike, the Mitch Mike. So I'm not going to let you bait me into this one. Alright, so let's swivel this beastie around. So it'll probably look something like this when I pull it out. I actually need additional power here, because my camera's about to die already. Okay, and what else do I need? Tools. Processors. All the things. Snacks for when I'm hungry. I do not have mayo, so that's going to be kind of hard to do at this point. I don't know who I bought the processors from on eBay, but I would have... Did I just turn that back on? I didn't even touch it. But I would have to look at my email. So, I'm so retarded. I've got shit on top of the server. Literally shit. Actually, I probably should unplug it. I don't know if you can see this, but that's what I'm doing. Oh god, I'm gonna break everything. Ooh. Inception. Jesus Christ. Alright, so basically I have to unplug all that stuff back there. Or else I'm going to rip it all out. And I forgot to do this. I don't know what I did, but things happened. And I'm literally messing up my entire setup right now. Oh God, I broke it. So, can you see this? Yeah, you guys totally could see that. I totally just pulled the thing off the rail. So, look at that. That's not supposed to happen. Well, that's not good. Let's try and get it back on there without breaking anything this time. Okay, I think we're good. Everything's mounted again. Yeah, the rails on some of the newer servers are pretty amazing. These rails really suck a lot. Oh, and yes, I totally just leave components in my system. I shook these loose, so that's really my fault. They're not normally loose. What else is, I don't know. This is a mezzanine or mezzanine card, whatever the hell it's called, with 10 gigabit ports on it. I can't actually afford the ports to go in here, so I'll never have that. Alright. So we have, I need my tools. Get rid of this shit. Yeah, I think messy bean sounds funnier. Mezzanine. I don't know why I can't say that word. Okay, it's not too bad right now. Can you guys see that, by the way? I mean, from my angle it looks okay, but I don't know if you guys care. I unplugged nothing. I'm not wearing a static wrist strap or nothing, and I'm standing on carpet. How about that? Sorry, I got focused on what I was doing. I forgot that I was supposed to talk to you guys and see what's going on or whatever. All right. Looks good. This is a Quanta server. I don't know what else to say about it. It's made by Quanta, whoever that is. The hell did I do with my cotton balls? Okay. Should I do an overview of what's actually in here before I just start ripping shit out? I'm sorry. I'm not good at this. So these are the two SSDs that actually host the operating system on the rear. These are Intel 530s. I don't even remember. They were really cheap at Best Buy one day, and I was like, fuck it, I'll buy them. So there's two here. They're in a RAID 1. So they're obviously mirrored or whatever. This little card I showed off. Redundant power supplies. An Intel 4-port 1 gigabit NIC. Or each port is 1 gigabit, whatever have you. This is a GTX 950. And then there's a SAS card right here that you probably can't see. and that controls the backplane. I don't even know what kind of SAS card it is, because so don't buy Quanta, because there is no documentation on this, and the documentation you can find is not very good. And in fact, when you go to install the BIOS, it's like, oh, this hardware is not compatible with our BIOS firmware or whatever. It's like, but you guys literally provided me the BIOS firmware for this specific model number, so WTF. Don't buy Quanta. I'm never buying Quanta again. Totally fucked me. Oh, and this is 256 gigabytes of RAM. I almost forgot about that part. What kind of RAM? I don't know. It's 1300 hertz. So yeah, ECC something. Should I pop one out and show you? Do you care? I will sell you Quanta. Do not buy Quanta. Are you sold yet? It was cheap, and I was starting a Homelab, so that's why I bought it. I kind of regret it. I'm just making up numbers. Don't judge me when I say 1300 hertz. I don't actually know because I never looked. All right, that's pretty good, I would say. All right, let's get these things removed. I'm getting focused again. You guys gotta like help me continue to talk. I mean, you guys are experts probably, so I don't need to really say what I'm doing. Oh, and just a reminder, if you guys want these 2670s, you pay for shipping, you can have them, because I have no use for them anymore. All right, out with the old, in with the new. So supposedly there's like some way to, oh yeah, there's some like arrow that you're supposed to always follow to put these things in. That's never worked for me once in my entire life of building computers. I still to this day do not see the other arrow on the actual socket. And these are 8 cores each, by the way, so I have a total of 16 cores or 32 threads. They're not actually much different than the 2670s that were already in here. The only real difference is, of course, better single-threaded performance and very minor performance gains on the multi-threaded part, but only barely. Luckily, it's dual socket, so those numbers are flubbed a little bit. Where is my thermal paste? I pulled it out, and I don't even know what I did with it. I should probably clean my heat sinks first. All right, so Mike, because you're the first person to respond, I'll get with. Are you on Reddit, Mike, or Mitch? Not you. Yeah, not you. Yes, I am using Arctic Silver thermal paste, not mayo. Damn it, I got distracted again. I was supposed to clean the heat sinks first. This is awful. It's like working with a bunch of businessmen, and they're always like asking you questions about what you're doing. But I don't have to explain anything to you guys because you already know, so this is actually kind of nice. Okay, sweet. That's the first one. Oh yeah, so good. Yeah, working it. Nice and clean. Alrighty, well that was easy. Things used to be so difficult back in the day. No, you can't hear me stripping these screws, right? Because I totally am. Oh my god, what did I do? I missed this hole. Oh god, it's getting bad. Don't judge me. Or do, whatever floats your boat. I don't really care. Sweet, all done. Here's my ghetto rigging fans to help keep these CPUs cold. So, I guess just to quickly explain why these are here is because this thing sounds like a Degum 747, and I've actually installed some fan resistors in here to make the stock fans that come with it more quiet. I will not show you how it is. There is a video I did on YouTube with all this stuff already. If you actually want to know what it sounds like and how many decibels it is, you can check that out on your own time. But for now, we're not going to do that. So that's the installation of the new things. And Mike, or Mitch, as I will call you, here are your CPUs. I am putting them back in the containers I got them in, and I will get these to you eventually. After I talk to you on Reddit, I guess. Did I ask if you were on Reddit already? Because that's probably how I'm going to have to contact you. Okay, well, I will find you on Reddit. Or you can find me, SPX404 on Reddit. There's a post on Reddit right now where I've already talked about doing this live stream. You can message me or whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll get there. QDNC, I have no idea what that is. Or QDCs. That's the first I've ever heard of QDCs. You'll have to enlighten me. Where did I do with the top cover? Jesus. All right. Here we go. Time to boot her back up. Come on. Come on. Come on. The hell are you stuck on? These rails below. Oh my goodness gracious. I think it's stuck on the bottom server. Oh my gosh. It's okay if I bang it, right? Yeah, I probably did destroy the rails when it was off, but it's actually the right side that's stuck, which is kind of weird. It's not the left side. Ow. Yeah, I have no idea. I guess that's not going back in there. I think I did destroy the rails forever. Huh. Well, that's perfect. It's like... Huh. Yeah, I've got no idea. Oh, wow, there we go. Okay. So, problems happened. I somehow overcame them. Oh, and we're stuck again. Awesome. Yeah, I think I broke these pretty good. Okay, that's as far as it's gonna go for sure. So it looks like this outer rail right here is not sliding back. Don't know why. I will troubleshoot that later on my own time. For now, we will just continue on. I should not advertise for Quanta because I would not do a good job. Or maybe I would, I don't know. I feel like I would break all the things. These rails are actually Dell rails. Quanta, I don't know even know if they make rails. I think Dell is actually a supplier to Quanta. Oh my god, I want to fix it so bad. It's gonna bother me. Alright, moving on. Why start crying at the end? I mean, I'm actually probably gonna start crying now. I need a hammer. That's what I need. Do I have a hammer? And if I do, where is it? I don't have a sledgehammer, but if I did, I would totally use it. I don't know what I did with my hammer. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Okay, so we will plug everything back in, stretch these cables out, whatever. They don't reach! No! No! I've been cursed. We have to fix it now. And by we, I mean me. Oh, I've been cursed by the gods. Those bastards. What did I do to deserve such a fate? Oh my goodness. You guys want to see me break it again? Because that's probably about what's going to happen. I don't know how the Maya would affect my rails not sliding in. But maybe as lubricant? I really need a hammer. That's what I need. Oh wait, I don't need a hammer. I touched a thing and it started sliding on its own. Hell yeah. I think I fixed it. Did I mention don't buy Quanta? Oh, we're back in business, boys and gals, if you're out there. I don't know.